Hey, Dan said, how do you gain respect from people have lost respect for you or never had respect for you in the first place? This includes family, friends, coworkers, etc.
Okay, so when it comes to respect, which is paramount, if a person doesn't have respect for you, especially family, from it doesn't matter who it is. If someone doesn't have respect for you, you gotta you gotta kind of distance yourself from that person because your boundary is look, if you're gonna deal with me, you're gonna respect me. And in return, I'm gonna give you respect back. But if you want to disrespect me, then you got to get away from me. Because people like that are dangerous. If a person will disrespect you, that leads down a pretty nasty path. They can do a lot of other things to you as well. This includes family. This includes family. I don't care. I don't care who it is. I don't care if it's your mother. Some people you have to love from a distance, you know.
Talk to
Like,
him. Talk
for
to him.
real. I don't care who it is. You gotta keep those people away from you. Plus, you only want people in your life that are appreciative of you, that, not only respect you, but appreciate you, value you as a person. If you're someone like me who I'm a very generous person, I'm a very giving person. So because of that, I have to be very careful about people I allow to be around me because I'll get used very easily, and by the time I figure out that you don't respect me or that you have some sort of hidden agenda in the back of your mind, I done already did a bunch of things and I'm gonna be mad at myself about that. So you got to be real careful about people who are blatantly disrespecting you throwing little sneak shots at you. You got to be mindful.
Bruh, so much game. Look, and shout out to that 3 sentence Bible. Number one, be yourself. Number two, be good to yourself. Number three, be good to good people.
Mhm.
Same thing with Angry Man. And I learned the hard way because, I show love to those who show love to me. The problem was before that, when I would show love in general, because I'm a loving person, you heard me? Because I have a kind heart. And you
Mhm.
get done dirty out in this cold world showing love to people who are wicked, of which there are many. There are very few saints. And you out here showing love to these sinners. You did.
Yeah.
Another thing I want to point out, respect is something that people I grew up with will die for.
Yeah.
So I tend to take respect very seriously. But here's the thing. I don't need everybody's respect. Sometimes I see people in the comments say things like, "Oh, I don't respect you," and I'm like, "Bro, who are you?" I'm Marquett Devon Burton. I'm the big homie. Who are you? I don't. Your respect is of no value. Your respect can't get me on a bus. Your respect can't pay my check at a restaurant. Your respect can't do anything for me. But my respect can get your check cleared in a restaurant. You heard me? My
Mhm.
respect can get you taken care of in a certain place. My respect could get you laid down in a certain place. So what your respect mean to me? I mean a damn thing.
You,
So
you
I
know,
go ahead.
you know who did that, right? Oprah did that, right? Oprah made everybody feel like their opinion matters.
Ooh, tell me more.
So you got people running around here thinking like, and I have that happen in my show as well. They'll come in and they'll say, well, I don't respect you, angry man, because you said XYZ. And I said, well, maybe you should cry about it. I mean, what do you want me to tell you? Like, this is the ridiculous thing of our society now. And I think it's because a lot of people don't grow up getting that tough love that we used to get back in the day. We used to get that tough love, like where you come in the house crying about it, or mad because somebody's picking on you, and then somebody, even the women in your family. My grandmother used to tell me stuff that made me tough as nails. I went in the house crying because I got punched in the nose. Well, go back outside and punch him in the nose. What, you a punk or something? Like, you want to be a crybaby? Is that what you want to be for the rest of your life? Like, you're a little kid being told this, but nowadays people don't really get that. So they think that every little feeling they have, because it matters to them, it should matter to everybody else. And it doesn't. Like, I have to tell my sons that all the time. Like, nobody cares about your feelings, you know? No one cares. Like when you get out here in the world, people are gonna do all types of goofy stuff, and you got to keep your head on a swivel. You know.
That's right. And the master Sun Tzu writes, when you are traveling a foreign land, avail yourself to local guides. When you are traveling
Mhm.
a foreign land, meaning a land that is not your own,
Mhm.
avail yourself to local guides, meaning people who are from that turf.
Mhm.
Go connect and tap in with them, figure out where you at, figure out what's going on. Because, like, for example, when I was a young man in high school, grew up in a neighborhood with a lot of bloods. So many blood gangs, they beef with each other. There's no Crips around. They beef with each other.
Mhm.
There's this one female who was dealing with Lil Wayne. And by the way, just for the record, if everybody wanted, how Lil Wayne become a blood? Because he was up in my hood. That's how he want to become a blood. That's why he want
Mhm.
to wave that flag and think he a Damu, because he was in my neighborhood.
Mhm.
Anyways, so he had pulled up on this little female in my neighborhood. And them wolves was out there like, boy, you looking awfully wealthy out here. You feel me? So long story short, when I was in high school, they pulled up on that boy, had that man hemmed up.
Mm.
And the thing is, like, you might be Lil Wayne on MTV, but in this neighborhood, you ain't a damn thing. You gotta see what's good with the big homies. They run this neighborhood. You don't run a damn thing here but your mouth. You get
Mhm.
your helmet slapped off in this neighborhood. And that's
Mhm.
what he had to bow down in that neighborhood and figure out who's running things. I say that to say this to you. Your respect is everything. A man's respect is everything. So don't let people disrespect you if it matters, but also don't go chasing respect, because everybody's respect doesn't matter.
Mm.
One thing I never do is try to get respect from people who are not respectable.
Mm.
I don't want your respect if your respect doesn't mean nothing. I don't want your respect if you don't respect yourself. What kind of currency is that to me? So when you have your mother or your father who might not even be people of consequence or people who have honor, yeah, they're your blood and you got to respect that bond, but you don't necessarily need to be chasing their respect. Because here's the thing, you'll never see me go out anywhere and disrespect anyone for no reason. I don't care if they're homeless, they're a janitor, they're a waitress. You will always hear me saying, yes, sir, no, sir, may I, thank you, please. Everybody, it doesn't matter what hierarchy they're on. And
Mm.
sometimes I'll be somewhere and you'll have people who are older than me calling me Mr. Burton. They're calling me Mr. Burton because of the financial hierarchy. I've earned that respect, but that doesn't mean I turn around and disrespect them, because I don't know who they are and I don't know who they're connected to. So you always have to move around with a baseline of respect. But what I don't want you wasting your time doing is trying to appeal to everyone. You don't have to be loved by everybody. And one thing I can guarantee you, if you're winning in life, you're damn sure gonna have some people who hate you. Why? Just because you're winning. That's the only reason they hate you. I mean, there are nerds on the internet who hate me, and I'll tell you, I know exactly why they hate me. They hate me because a lot of these nerds on the internet are like the viewers. So the nerds are watching the nerds saying, hey, if this guy used to be a clown and then he transformed into somebody people listen to and regard because he has money, I can do that too. So they can
Mm.
identify with somebody like that. But then they look at Marquett and they say, this guy is cocky. What they really mean is confident. They say
Mhm.
this guy is cocky and they can't identify with me because I've been winning my whole life. Track all the way back. Middle school, I was the president of the middle school. High school, Mr. Irresistible, best smile, best dress. Oh, went to elite colleges, started a fraternity. I was always the guy. So you don't want to identify with me because I remind you of the guy you wanted to be in high school. That guy
Mm.
probably looked down on you. But here's the thing, I was always super trill. I done saved a lot of lives in high school. It was a lot of time people was about to get their helmet slapped up. I said, nah, let him breathe. And I never
Mhm.
looked down on people or made fun of people, but you looking at me like I'm looking down on you. So you want to get mad in advance. You want to get jealous in advance. Nah,
Yeah.
that's why they don't want to identify with me, because I don't come on here saying, oh, I used to be a nerd. Now I have girls. Look at all these girls. You don't realize when you watch this stuff, it's TV. They paying these chicks to be there. You ain't never seen me with a female that I was paying. You only see me with a female that was earning for me, bringing me back information, bringing me back money. I'm nothing like these boys. So I don't ever want to hear somebody get on here and say, oh, you like this dating coach or you copy this dating coach. How? When they're trying to put my lifestyle on TV, the things that I really done, when they just started doing this stuff when they got money. It's a big
Mhm.
difference out here.
Mhm.
Angry
Back.
Man. I'm gonna name myself Angry Man 3. I'm Angry Man 3.
No, I feel you. I feel you on that because when I came into this space, I came into this space with genuine concerns, genuine things to talk about, but I also came from a particular type of background. And when I first came into the space, there were guys here that are the guys you're describing, the guys that are the nerds or the sometimes they call themselves educated lame or whatever. But I've never been the type of dude to prey on the weak. You know, when I was in school, I wasn't the most popular guy. I wasn't even the most popular jock, but I could fight. So nobody picked on me or bullied me. And I had homies that people would try to pick on, and I would step in like, nah, you're not gonna do that to him or whatever, right? So when I came into the space, I looked at these dudes like, okay, y'all the little homies. But then when they turned on me, I know why they turned on me. They turned on me because I remind them of the Broad Street bully. I remind them of the guy that could get the girl that they wanted, or the guy that was, that could come in and be the life of the party and have the chicks laughing or get the chicks' attention. I mean, it's still happening right now.
Huh.
I went to a couple of shows and, put some in the super chat, and it was a female show, and they stopped the whole show just because I was in the chat room. You know what I'm saying? Like, hold on, Angry Man.
The
Let me
boogeyman
talk
showed
to
up.
Angry Man.
Debo here. Everybody go.
Yeah,
Take your chance.
let me talk to Angry Man real quick. You know what I'm saying? And they see that and they get upset. And it's like, look, I can't help it if people like my charm. I can't help it if people like those things about me. It's always been that way for me, even since I was a little kid. So I can't really help that. You know what I'm saying? But got these guys, they want to hate, bruh. Trust me. I feel you on the hate.
Okay. We have Dre said, Peace to the Saints. Is there a possibility that a collab with our Chicago boy be revisited? The public is trying to make him seem because he was upset. I would be mad too if someone stepped on my toes and messed up my money. This is big.
Uh,
Well,
who's
he,
he
he-
talking about?
he's talk. I think he's talking about Jack.
Oh, okay, okay, all right. And by the way, Saints, just for the audience, real quick, sorry to uh intervene, but I don't know. I don't know Minister Jap personally. I just want everyone like side note, like I don't know him personally. So when you say our Chicago boy, like I don't know he's from Chicago. I don't. All I know is I saw like one live stream. He was kicking some real game. I could tell that he was a real one. He had DM me, said he wanted to do a collab. Then he had said like, "Hey, actually, like you and my man's aren't seeing eye to eye." More so on his man's side. Like I don't have any beef with his buddy. And so he's like, he can't do it at that time. I was like, cool, I totally understand. That's all there is. Like, I don't have any knowledge of Jap beyond that. Like, we haven't had any other conversations. So I just want to say that so that if people like when you guys say things like that, I don't want you to think like I'm pretending like I don't know who you're talking about. Like, no, I don't know who you're talking about. So thank you for clarifying that, Angry Man. I just don't want people thinking there's background that doesn't exist.
Well, yeah, I can't really. Well, I'm not gonna speak for Jap. He's a grown man, but I have had a conversation with him about the situation. So I
Mhm,
kind of know about the situation, and I know he regrets going that route because he was like he really wanted to chop it up with you,
mhm.
but he was caught in one of those positions where he was trying to be loyal. You know what I'm saying? So it's unfortunate, but you know, Cap is a good dude. He's a good dude. He's not, he he's really focused on trying to get his career right as far as being a content creator. He's trying to navigate a room full of vultures and not step on toes at the same time. So I
I
get where he's coming from, but however y'all might chop it up or whatever, I don't know, but he's a good dude in my opinion.
and just making some commentary unrelated to uh Jap and unrelated to the super chat. And one thing that's weird in this online space, which is why you don't see me slapping fives with people, is because you meet someone as far as a content creation level goes, and it might be like a business thing. Not even business in the sense that like I'm making money from them or vice versa, but it's a
Mhm.
business interaction in that there's like no substantial friendship underneath it. But one thing I could speak of to cats who are from Chicago, and just by the way, one thing I want you guys to know about the big homie, I didn't been through damn near every hood you want to talk about in America. You heard me? So, like, I just want you guys to know, if we talking about Chicago, I lived in Southside Chicago. I didn't visit, I lived in Southside Chicago. Just side note. You wanna talk about Baltimore, like, yes, I lived in Baltimore, like, I didn't moved up and down Pennsylvania Avenue.
Woo.
Talk about, the town and town business, yeah, man, like, San Pablo, talk to me. International, 14th, yes, talk to me. So I say that to say, like, whatever, like, hood you wanna claim, if you from LA, like, wherever you wanna claim, I probably been through there, and I probably know some people there. Just by the way, side note, it's funny, Angry Man, some nerd had hopped on talking about, like, "Yeah, I'm from Bompton," you know what I'm saying? "I'm from Piru." Now, this kinda stuff I don't really respect, but then when I told him, like, "Hey, man, like, cut that out," and then he kept going on with it, I was like, "Okay, but yeah, like, see, you about to get yourself hurt because I know some real G's on Spruce Street that could get your helmet slapped off, and they do that for the free. So, like, keep talking,
Mhm.
find out." Then all of a sudden, it was like, "Oh, I was just joking." I was like, "Oh, okay." So, like, you didn't know that oh, okay, all right, cool, cool. That's how it is. But anyways, I want to say that to say this. Guys who grew up in some of those places I mentioned who live by a certain ethic, you just take your loyalty from your personal life into your business life. So you might be dealing with somebody that's a weirdo, but you show them the same respect because you were taught to be loyal, to be respectful. And hey, if I came in the door with you or if I'm seen with you, then I'm with you. I'm not going to abandon you in the public sphere. So I understand that kind of thinking. And even myself, I'm trying to, adjust appropriately to this internet thing because this is super goofy. But mostly I just keep it G and I don't be slapping fives and making friends out here. So I just want to say that as a side note. Like, I understand how people can end up in that, and all of us kind of end up wrapped in things to where you're dealing with somebody, they're kind of shaky, but
Mhm.
you still want to at least show them respect publicly.